What is up, guys? This is the Anarchist. Like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Today I'm going over the ban list. It's just come out today, and I thought I'd give you my reactions. Because I seem to be having more sense in my mind than Konami is. And yeah. First thing, the Jin release for Rituals banned. Fair enough. I can understand that. It was stopping people playing. Next, La Volvo Chain has just been banned. Now this tells me that Konami hasn't been thinking about the ban list and has jumped on the hype train. Like 2-3 weeks ago, people started going, oh, ban La Volvo Chain. It uses the Jin releaser and in Blue-Blooded Oni, and it will be used in Cloud Blade, people have now pointed out. But I don't think the Clown Blade is a decent argument because Konami very rarely preemptively hits stuff. So they're not going to hit it yet for that. But what they've done is they've banned it because it can dump to Jin. They've just banned a Jin. That was pointless. I said the same thing with the ARG list. And La Volvo Chain, it can be abused in like FTK, OTK decks. They all play 3 La Volvo Chain. You limit this to 1, and normal decks carry on like before. FTK, OTK decks are really hit because they can't abuse La Volvo Chain. Yeah, they really haven't thought this through, and they've decided to hit every deck that uses La Volvo Chain, which is pretty much every deck. So that's a real disappointment. Every rank 4 deck anyway. Next, no Insector Hornet 2, nothing like this list did very, very little. They got Shrit to 1. So Necros are like at full power apart from 1 Shrit. So they are like 90% the power of last format, and they were the best deck last format, so now they're more on a balanced sort of with all the tier 1 decks. Well, not even balanced, they're still very, very good. They haven't got the Djinn lock, but they're still very good, so it's like they'll end up finding some other way to abuse Necros and stuff, and it's still going to be there. It's still going to be a top deck. And the next thing is Trishula. Trishula coming back, which is really cool because Trishula has been banned for a while. People have said for almost a year now, maybe a year, that it could come off the ban list, and I'm like, good on ya. It can come back because not that many decks can make it, and those that can abuse it, but at 1, I think, okay. So I'm actually fine with Trishula. I don't have one, won't be getting one because of the high price, but I'm fine with Trishula coming to 1. It's quite cool. Next, Atlantean Dragoons to 2, so Mermails are better. I like Mermails, so I'm fine with that. And Dragon's Ravine to 2, so Dragoonities are better. I don't mind that. That was okay. Honestly, Dragon's Ravine, even with the Dragon Rulers at 2, Dragon's Ravine at 2 wouldn't have been possible with the Dragon Rulers. It would have been okay at 1, but not at 2. But I still think the Dragon Rulers should have been at 1 with Red MD banned, but that's reaction from the last list. And then we've got Glow Up Bowl, which is once per duel, so it doesn't really matter coming to 3. Sinister Serpent, which is really bad now, so it doesn't matter coming to 3. Darkstrike Fighter, played 1 of usually. It's still nice, but it's fine to come into 3. Sacred Sword of 7 stars. This will be interesting because it may see, because it's a draw 2, it may see a fair bit of play, or it will be interesting because it could see a lot of play in the Red Eyes deck, because Red Eyes is a level 7. So yeah, I thought that would be interesting to see what happens there. Templar Kings, okay, 3. And Exchange Spirit, fair enough. They've been errated. But yeah, the main thing is just like La Volvo Chain. They really weren't thinking this through. I am quite disappointed with this list. It really has done nothing to help the game. It's hurt every deck because it's hit La Volvo Chain. It hasn't really hit Necros much apart from getting rid of the Djinn releaser, and then they decided let's chuck a few things off. But what I think will happen with this is because they've said they want to make it more flexible and stuff, and they've not given us an end date on this. I think that's a hint towards they are going to probably quite soon, if they have any thoughts and see the reactions of the bigger YouTubers and stuff saying, why was Shadol's, the Tellarknights, Cliffort and stuff not hit? They're either going to wait till the Megatins come out, make a load of money off the Megatins and then hit them all, or, which is fair enough, I understand that on a money marketing side, or they're going to come back like in a week or so's time and go, actually, we've thought this through, we totally agree with the Anarchist, Lavalval Chain goes to 1. Yeah, and I would be happy. And like Insectors, I now, out of the two lists, this and the ARG list, I prefer the ARG list because that one has had some more like thought to the meta, which is like they decided that you actually have to hit Necros more than just putting Shrit to 1. That's like not even hitting Necros really. But, I mean, so they can't plus as much, but they still plus a hell of a lot, and at about the same level. As I've said, the Necros, instead of being the best of the Tier 1 decks, it's now probably like middle to top, or well, yeah. It's now in with all the other Tier 1 decks as being like Tier 1. So, it's not got any... Well, it's not even that, it's still really, really good, and it's only been hit... It's one of those things. I could argue about this and get annoyed with the thing and say, why is my Insectors not off the not to 2? Actually, here's a thought. With Lavalval Chain going to 1, being banned, will Infernity Archfiend or the Infernity get their cards back because the thing that broke their deck a lot and stuff was the fact that they abused Triple Chain? Will they be able to get some Infernities back next format and stuff? Just a thought. I quite liked Infernities. It always looked quite cool. But I mean, like, so many things that could have been done weren't done. Sort of like, everyone's like, oh yeah, Darkhold can go to 3, Torrential Tribute could go to 2, and nothing happened. They unlimited a load of stuff that got errated so heavily that it was unplayable. They gave Mermails a boost, which they didn't even need if they actually, but I think that the new support Mermails we're going to get is an OCG exclusive, so fair enough. This is kind of to make up for the fact that you're not getting that card for a long time. Have this. And Unity Ravine to 2. So it's like, okay, Dragon decks, in general, really, got a little bit of a boost. And Necros pseudo got hit, but they didn't really get hit. But we've got Trishula, and that, I think, is going to blind a lot of people to what's really happening here. This list has done nothing, really, apart from give us Trishula and hit Lavalval Chain. So, everyone's going to be focused on, wow, Trishula's back, woo. But that's not the point. This isn't a, we like to see what comes off the list and stuff. It's more like, we know these decks are a big problem, they hurt other decks. And people will say, oh, Rogue is doing okay against the current meta. No, it's kind of not, because you've got stuff like Clifford, which hate everything. We've got stuff like Burning Abyss, which plus off everything going to the grave. Shadol's, which can plus off everything, go to the grave, and have stuff that stays on the field and everything, stop you special summoning as much. And it's just like, this game could have had so much done to it, and they haven't even pushed any of the new archetypes. They haven't even pushed Infernoids or Ritual Beasts or something else. They haven't added to the game. They've chucked a load of cards that nobody uses. They've went, ooh, Trishula will give you that to keep you quiet, and then sort of made out like they're going to hit stuff, but haven't, and then hit Lavalval Chain. But I'm going to get off now because I can rant on about being annoyed at Lavalval Chain for a while, but I'm not going to. So, The Anarchist, signing out.